YouTube Zodiacs, what's good? It's your favorite Gemini cast, the Gemini, back with another video, but not just any video. I'm gonna take you guys down a hole, and not just any hole. This is my 2022 statue pre-order list. Man, the hellhole of statues. Let's go. So to pull it up right here, the very first one we have is the Doctor Doom art print. I do believe this is by Richard Long, if I'm not mistaken. This art print here is one that I most definitely had to have. Doctor Doom is the channel's logo for the Cash and Out show on Thursdays, so it was one that I was like, "Hey man, I gotta have my favorite Marvel villain, man." So let's go ahead and get to some Doctor Doom. Next but not least, we do have the Sideshow's Silver Surfer Nova. This is the Heralds of Galactus. It does go along with this statue here with Daniel Bell. Shout out to the artist who drew this, John. He's a great artist. He also drew the Zatanna art print that's coming out as well. So this art print, I'm very happy to be bringing to the collection. Honestly, cannot wait for it, man. This is one of my favorite art prints, one that I was really looking forward to. So, really happy about this one here, and can't wait for it to come. All right, moving on. So this right here is the Alex Ross. I believe it's the Invincibility is what the name of it is, by Alex Ross. 42 inches wide. So it's gonna take up a good like a whole chunk of the Avengers display that I'm working on with XM Studios / Legendary Beasts. Already have the Thor coming, so we will be working on Cap and the rest of them as they do roll out. Obviously, Hulk is up next. This art print here says everything I need to know about Avengers. You got Scarlet Witch in the back, Vision, Hawkeye, Quicksilver. Everything I need to know is right there, man. So I love this art print. This was a day one pre-order for me. I knew that once this came out, it was going to sell out, which it did. So I'm very happy to have this. And moving on to the next art print, also is Alex Ross. This is Alex Ross X-Force art print. Obviously, you got Deadpool, Cannonball, Domino, Cannon, Warpath, to name a few. So this art print here speaks X-Force to me, and most likely is going to go right behind me on the empty space right here. This also was a day one purchase along with the previous one we just looked at, the Invincibility art print. I like this one. It's different. It stands out to me a lot, so I definitely like this one here, especially how big they have Cable in this one. Massive, and it has like a lot of light presence, the way it was drawn. So for me, amazing. Also can't wait to get this one into the collection and hung up. So moving on to another art print. That's right, another art print. Also by Alex Ross. Is Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six. Huge Spider-Man fan, collecting the line as we speak. Already has Spider-Man in my possession. Doc Ock and Vulture will be coming next. And Mysterio, Sandman, Electro, and Craven. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually end up getting all of these, to be honest with you, but definitely Doc Ock, Vulture, Electro, I do want 110%. So we'll see about Mysterio. I'm not sold on it quite yet. I know in the aftermarket it's not too skyrocketed, so we'll happen to see. But this art print to me is the best Sinister Six art print I've seen. I know they did another one that looked pretty good, but I think this one is the best one that I've seen so far. And finishing up the art prints is the Richard Long Joker art print. I've seen some Joker arts, Batman Who Laughs. I've seen Joker with Harley in a couple art prints. This to me signifies Joker. When I have a Joker statue or a representation of Joker in the form of art, this is what I want to see. You got some gestures there, some Harleys there, the bat signal. It screams. You see Gotham City in the background, the green like Joker gas. It screams the Prince of Crime right here. That's literally what it screams to me. So shout out Richard Long on this here. Definitely will be getting Richard Long on the Cash and Out show, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. And the very first, this is something that I actually have picking up in the aftermarket on a pre-order payment plan, so to say. So we have XM Studios Vulture. So this will be coming to the Cash Cave shortly. Cannot wait to actually get this one here. The best thing I like about this statue is the high point. You can actually display it at multiple points, and I feel displayed at a high point, you can kind of take advantage of the shorter footprint of it. Um, Kind of like the symbiote Spider-Man, so to say. So I'm looking forward to this statue as well. Great representation. Cannot wait for this statue here to come out. The next one is the Doc Ock. Now, for Doc Ock, this also is one a pre-order payment plan, so to say, in the aftermarket here. This is by far the second best XM Studios Spider-Man villain that they've done, in my opinion, next to Green Goblin. Look at the tentacles, the camera, the money bag, the broken glass, the multiple head portrait swap outs. I mean, it almost I know it's comic, but it almost reminds you straight from Spider-Man 2. Straight from Spider-Man 2. I mean, I love what I'm seeing here from the statue, the colors, the paint, the base, how he's pegged in. Everything about the statue is, I love it. Everything. I love it. Next up, the very first and only one from Iron Studios, the only 1/10 on the pre-order list, is the Mortal Kombat statues that they are coming out with, the Shao Kahn. This one here, shout out Jerry from Collective Minds. Jerry, they did do a giveaway there for a gift card, so I did go ahead and use that gift card towards the purchase of this. So once this does come in, I definitely will be unboxing this bad boy here. I like it. They do have other ones coming out as well: Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Raiden, Goro. We'll be getting all of those to put above my arcades on a wall shelf. No different than this one right here above me. All right, and next is Prime 1 Studio pre-orders. Batman Batcave will arrive sometime in mid-March. Very excited for this one. This will be the first 1/3 statue that will hit the cash cave. I love the pop of blue. I know blue or the black was also like a big debate. For me, it's blue. I love it. I think it looks great, and honestly, cannot wait to get this in. And I'm really excited to see like what's the presence on that on a 1/3 gonna be. So I cannot wait for this. I'm very excited. And I can't wait, man. This is something that's gonna be amazing, and I'm looking forward to it. It to me, it's the best representation of the Batman. So I'm highly excited for this one to come. Next up from Prime 1 Studios, we do have Nightwing. I did get the deluxe bonus edition as well for this one here. I love how this complements going next to the Dark Knight Batman with Prime 1. Looks amazing with the Batman Batcave, that is. I love the base. And I feel like something that would kind of make this one's pop as a trinity is Batman Batcave, this Nightwing, along with Talon. So I'm really hoping that they do a Talon as well. Obviously they are, but I'm hoping it actually comes to fruition and comes out, because pairing those three together, I feel, would be the ultimate display. You have Batman and his protege. You have Talon, who is Dick's grandfather in the Court of Owls. So I think that would be perfect right there. Perfect. And I love the base and I love the blues on this here. I love the statue. Nothing bad or nothing I would change about it. I love the footprint. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. Next up with Prime 1 Studios, we do have the first Justice League member entering the Cash Cave. Now, there's only going to be a few Justice League characters that will be entering. Mira is one of them. This is a low ES at 200 statues being made. I love the waves that they have her on. Love how you can see some fish in there. I love how she's holding her version of the trident. Her hair is flowing back. I think this is an amazing statue. For those of you who were able to pick this up at a low ES, congratulations. This will be the second 1/3 that will be in the cash cave, right after Batman Batcave, because this one, cannot wait for this one. All right, and on the Sideshow collectibles. Sideshow collectibles. This is Carnage with Daniel Bell, and surprisingly, this was the very first statue that I pre-ordered day one. I do not pre-order anything day one, but this one here I was so excited for. Didn't want to miss out on. Obviously, it's still there, but I didn't want to miss out on this one. I loved everything about it. I had the old Sideshow Carnage. I sold it for this one here. I felt this one was the best representation of a licensed Carnage that I have seen. So for me, this was my Carnage. Very good. I think it's an upgrade over the last one made by Sideshow. Not talking about XM or any other studios, made by Sideshow. This was a upgraded from their last one to this one. I love it. I love it. Can't say enough about it. Can't wait for it to come. Cannot wait for it to come. Next up, we do have Martin Canali, Venom. Now, I know this one here has been getting a lot of knock. Obviously, you have the green goo on the base there. We'll take a closer look here. You can see that it's highlighted off of his legs here, his shin area. You do have the Spider-Man mask there, and then but you have this underbite that a lot of people don't really care for. However, I'm willing to look past it because I do feel like he's a symbiote anyway. So he's going to be putting himself into weird formalities that you probably wouldn't see. And that's not enough to knock me off of buying it. One thing I didn't actually notice was the long nails here. But then again, it's not enough to knock me off from it. So this is something that I will be picking up. It's not a day one pre-order, but it's something I will be picking up. Yeah, it's something I'll be picking up. I feel like the price point is perfect for the Venom as well as the Carnage. Next up, we do have the maquette. Now, this will be my first diorama maquette in the collection. Spider-Man versus Venom. This actually is the CE edition of the head. The exclusive has the non-tongue out portrait, which I personally would never display. However, I think this one here is amazing. I love how they have Spider-Man in a Spider-Man pose. Like, I mean, this is what I would see from Spider-Man if I was playing a game, watching a movie, a comic, a cartoon. This is what I would want to see Spider-Man in. So the fact that they were able to do this is amazing, and I cannot wait for this to come in as my very first diorama maquette. This one here I will be putting on the wall shelf to kind of give it that, since it's smaller, I don't want it to not fit in with the other 1/4, 1/3. So I'm going to put it up above them. So it'll kind of be separately, but it'll be in that realm of the collection space. Now, finishing up with Sideshow, we do have the Daniel Bell's exclusive Silver Surfer with Nova. This one here, it took me a long time to actually go through. When I first saw it, I thought it was like an award show. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like. It looked like a nomination award. But this is amazing. I love the portal. I love the half board. I love the presence of it. I love the Nova. Heck, she can even light up. And this is probably the best proximity piece I've seen of a proximity piece. This is crazy. So kudos to Sideshow, kudos to Daniel Bell. Everything on this is amazing. And I even has something on it as a extra attachment, and I may be getting another extra attachment to enhance this beautiful piece. So cannot wait for this to reach the collection. And now we have Pure Arts. So this is the Terminator. And it's crazy because me and John did a cash out, or I don't know, for this one here. And I definitely said this is a cash out. We reached upon, if I'm not mistaken, 30 or 35 years, one of the two. Forgive me for not knowing off the back of my head. 30 or 35 years of the Terminator 2 film. Now, the crazy thing about this is the exclusive that comes with the extra hand. Now, the CE doesn't come with the hand. That one's still available. But this one here with the hand, it's sold out day one. It waitlisted day one. I put myself on the wait list immediately. Next day it came available, and I got it. I was not missing out on this. This is one of those pieces where even if you don't have room to display it, you still pick it up. You kind of figure it out later. I think this is great at the price point. I think it's 600, maybe 500 if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's great. I haven't seen a statue looking like this with this presence. So for me, this was a cash out. This was one that I had to have as a Terminator fan. I love sci-fi. I love horror. So let's move on to a horror piece here. And this one here, it will be my very first, actually my second Franco piece in the collection. So shout out Franco Carlissimo. Also, we'll be getting on the Cash and Out show. Cannot wait to have Franco on. I love it. Let's move on. This is the Pumpkinhead by PCS Collectibles, distributed with Sideshow. I did pick up the exclusive version of this, which does come with two portraits. I love the base, the storytelling base. I love it. You got some pumpkins here, like a a little deceased person or abomination right there. I love everything about it, from the claws, the muscular, the portrait. The other portrait is actually him with his mouth open, kind of screaming. This actually is a very big footprint. If I'm not mistaken, it's 29 inches tall. So a very big footprint. It's amazing. This was actually my second pre-order that I pre-ordered day one. So I've only pre-ordered two things. Well, actually three things. We'll get to the third thing. This was my second pre-order that I pre-ordered day one. It was one that I had to have. So very excited for this one. Cannot wait for this to drop. And once it drops, we will be doing a live unboxing on the channel. So cannot wait for that. Now moving on to the XM Studio pieces. XM Studios, shout out SpecFiction, and shout out H-Stats Collectibles, man. This was one I had to have. So in all together, I will end up having 4 Spider-Mans in the collection, which will be Sideshow's Spider-Man with the Todd McFarlane portrait, Spider-Man versus Venom, and also Iron Spider-Man and the Symbiote Spider-Man will be coming. Once I get enough points, I'll take care of the Symbiote Spider-Man. But this one here is the Iron Spider-Man by a comic version by XM Studios. This was a day one for me. I remember playing the games and being able to switch the suits, and seeing this one here in a little bit of comics. For me, this was one I had to have. And I didn't even know they were making this statue until I seen Jim and Collectibles video, as well as H-Stats Collectibles video. And from there, I was sold on it instantly. This was one that I was honestly sold on this one. I love the presence. I love the dynamic. I love the different, the colors of the suits. I love its comic accurate with only 3 extra arms opposed to 4. So I thought that was very comic accurate. And the material that they used, you can even take an Allen wrench for this. And I'm just like, man, that is some XM quality right there. His pose doesn't bother me with the pegging. I know XM will take care of that. They've always done a good job, just like Iron Fist. So I'm very cool on that. And moving along, this was my third and final pre-order as far as day one pre-orders. XM Studios Ghost Rider on Horse comes with 2 torsos. This was a day one for me. And it was a day one for 2 reasons. Number 1, FOMO, fear of missing out. And number 2, FOPGU, as Matt says, fear of price going up. I didn't want to miss out on this one just simply because of fear of price going up and FOMO with the Ghost Rider on bike, Johnny Blaze version. I actually will be getting a Ghost Rider on bike eventually. Not necessarily saying XM Studios, but eventually I will be getting a Ghost Rider on horse. Ghost Rider on bike. This one here, the Ghost Rider on horse, was amazing. I love the base. I even love the Western look feel to it of like a horseshoe around. I think that looks good. I love the horse. I love the rider. I love the weapon, the paint. It gives it that dark, grungy, but lit up with fire. It's like the presence on this is gonna be amazing. I cannot wait for this one to reach the collection. Very excited for this one. I had been looking at this one from the moment they teased it. They said it was coming out. It's amazing. There's not one thing I would change about it. I love the fact, no different than the Green Goblin, you get a second torso prop that you just put up, and I love that. I think that's amazing, and I really love how they did that. I think that's amazing. And last but not least is the Legendary Beast XM Studios Thor. If I'm not mistaken, the base was done with Franco Carlissimo. This is by far the best base I've ever seen. And I do feel like there is something by a certain person that will go unnamed that that possibly may top this. But this by far, as of now, is the best storytelling base I have ever seen. If you look, you can see a couple of Thor's buddies right here. You can see Beta Ray Bill. You can see, if I'm not mistaken, Loki and some frost giants, the wolf, some serpents. I mean, the storytelling on this base alone is amazing. The yellow wraps around the boots, the sculpted cape. I mean, just everything. You have multiple portrait swap outs. I cannot wait for this one here to come. Uh, this is amazing, man. This is amazing. So this right here is a look at my 2022 pre-order list. All of these were pre-ordered before 2022. So anything that I actually haven't pre-ordered anything since. So everything that you guys see out today was pre-ordered before 2022. I've done pretty good, you know what I'm saying? So this is my rabbit hole, my pre-order hellhole, like I like to say, of everything. Art prints, two aftermarkets, one Iron Studios, a couple Prime One, a couple Sideshow, some horror sci-fi, as well as some XM. So, and the crazy thing about it, all of these here that actually are released, if they're not released yet, such as Ghost Rider, not exactly sure when that's coming. Supposed to be early, you never know. Pumpkinhead, Terminator, um, Venom and Carnage, as well as Nightwing. Every other thing that you see on here, all the art prints, Vulture, Doc Ock, Shao Kahn, Batman Batcave, Mira, Spider-Man Venom, Silver Surfer, Iron Spider-Man, and Thor. These all will be here by the end of March, which is the crazy thing. So I'm gonna say by St. Patrick's Day, I will have all of these, which is the crazy thing about it. So I want to say I appreciate everybody for coming in and checking out the my 2022 statue pre-order list. It's definitely a good list. I think right now I did go ahead and declutter a lot of the statues that I had from year one of collecting. I finally moved on to year two of collecting, so I cannot wait for what year two has to bring. I have plenty of open holes as I look through the collection now, but it's great. And as of now, I'm just collecting for the stuff that I actually love, the artists I care for, the interpretation of the character, the price point, everything. I love it. Shout out Sideshow, shout out XM Studios, Prime One Collectibles, Iron Studios, SpecFiction. This is going to be amazing. Alex Ross, John, Richard Long. Those are some of my favorite artists, Victor Garduno. So though their artwork will most likely be the artwork moving forward that I will be looking at. Haley Art, like I said, Richard Long, Alex Ross, Felipe Mascara, John. Love the artwork. Love the artwork. I feel like it brings a great depth to your collection. So that's the reason why I always look at artwork. I know a lot of people feel it takes away from the characters. I personally don't feel that way myself, but to each its own. Every collection is different. That's the one thing that I do love about the hobby is every collection is different. So you get something different from every person, every collection. But again, this is my 2022 statue pre-order list. I've been pretty good. Once all this is paid off and taken care of, I'm gonna make sure I just keep it to two. Just keep it to two, even though I held up four, just to keep it to two. And lastly, I will say this: there are actually four statues that I did not show. Four statues that I did not show that are fan art. So we shall see. And that's all I will say. They are pretty amazing, and I cannot wait for those to come as well. So in total, if I'm not mistaken, it's 16. It's 16 stat. It's 16. It's 6 art prints, and either 16 or 18 statues, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So man. So that's been that, man. I just want to say I appreciate everybody. Go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe. Definitely, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more coming. Cannot wait to keep going on this journey with you guys. It's been real, and I just definitely just want to say I appreciate everybody. And just remember, man, when you are on this journey, collect what you like, collect what you love, collect for yourself, and just slow down sometimes. You don't always have to order everything day one. That's the one thing that I do have to learn and that I'm working on better. But hey, cash out. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling